Hello, everyone. This is Angelo Xiang Yu, violinist. You're at the Violin channel, watching the live stream. It will be a recital given by me, and I'm very, very excited. Not quite sure if you can hear me clearly. You can comment and let me know, if I need to speak a little louder, because I want to make sure you can, hear everything clearly. Let me just check. Let me know. Feel free to let me know if you have any trouble hearing me, or if I'm all set to proceed. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Looks like we're all good. All right. Right. Hey, Joseph from Salt Lake City. Okay. Okay, then it looks good. So I'm just gonna begin. All right. So I'm at my apartment in Boston. As you could see, spring finally come with some green stuff out there, even in Boston. That's quite something. We've been, experiencing some very cold weather lately. And I'm sure many of you are just like me, couldn't go anywhere, had to stay at home because of the pandemic. But I also wanted to take this opportunity to let everybody know that the joy of music, of playing music, the joy of listening to music should always be there. And even though all my concerts were canceled till the end of summer, but I wanted to remind everybody the joy of listening to music and playing music should never be canceled. So I want, I just hope you keep a very positive point of view, and knowing that there are so many people just like you watching, supporting classical musicians like me, and that's such a great sign. Shows how much love and support I could get from you guys. And so I'm deciding to do this live stream today, and we have very limited time, only 30 minutes long. But I'm thinking instead of playing like a gigantic 20 minutes piece, I decided to play short movements from 5 different pieces by different composers. So after each piece, I could read from my other phone about your comments and interact with you guys. And I think it's such a great chance to talk to you guys finally. And so please post any questions or comments. Just post anything. You don't have to ask me any violin questions. You can ask me something about cooking. I've been cooking lately. Ask me anything, and I'll try my best to honor everybody's request. So today's program is very interesting because I'm going to play short sections from each pieces, and not all of them are from my own choices. Some of them are my own choices, but some of them I took requests from my fans. So yesterday I posted on my Facebook fan page and the Instagram account. So some people ask me to play certain things, so I try my best to honor those requests. So I'm sorry I can't really honor everybody's because of the limited time. And somebody asked Beethoven Violin Concerto, obviously, and Brahms D minor sonata, Franck sonata, and so on. I wish I have a orchestra behind me and even a pianist behind me, but unfortunately I don't have that luxury. So I could only honor those who requested solo pieces. And the first piece I wanted to dedicate it to those who are constantly working on the front line, the doctors and medical workers, who some of them I know, I read this morning, even sacrifice their own lives to help saving more lives, which is so honorable. So I wanted to dedicate the first piece to them. It is the Sarabande slow movement from the Partita number 2 in D minor by Johann Sebastian Bach. So here it is, Sarabande by Bach. that was a Sarabande by Johann Sebastian Bach from Partita number 2 in D minor. I hope you like it. Now, let's see what you guys have to say to me. Yeah, I'll try my best to answer as many questions as possible. So I apologize in advance if I can't request, if I can honor all the requests, because I only have 30 minutes limit. So thank you for your understanding. And let's see what you guys have to say to me. I'm checking my own account, obviously, and I won't be saying. Shows your beautiful heart. Thank you. Thank you, Yvonne, Abdul. Hi. Hi, Gigi. So happy to listen to you. Laurie Chen. Hey, we haven't seen each other since menuing competition. That was like, what, 10 years ago, right? Hope you're doing well. And Salvador, great performance. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Benjamin asked me, how do you practice difficult passages? It really depends on what kind of difficult passages. It could be a slow passage, it could be a fast passage. If it's a fast passage, that has a pattern, for example, running 16 notes, all the time for a long period of time, I would really recommend practice with rhythm. Dotted rhythm is the most useful, and in groups. So if I can quickly show you how to do that, for example, it's come to my mind, what's difficult? Maybe Tchaikovsky Concerto, third movement? Maybe, so you can, from here, something like that, and then reverse. And then, after you've done that, like 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, you can put it in groups. Group of 4, for example. Something like that. And okay, in 8, sometimes in 6, and have fun with it. Not treat it as a sort of like a boring exercise, but to treat it almost like a puzzle, like a mathematic puzzle, and to treat it as a game. So that's more fun to do. Okay, maybe another question. Thank you for all the questions. I really appreciate. How to improve the intonation? Good question. Also, depend on the occasion, because if you're playing in a quartet, string quartet, for example, I always tend to tune to the cellist, because there is nothing much they could do, and also always tune for the root, for the bass. And if you're playing in a piano trio, for example, unfortunately you have to listen to the piano, because there's no way they can adjust their intonation. They're pretty much set. And their tuning system is obviously different from ours. For example, the leading tone is not as sharp, and some of the flats are a little sharper. And if you're playing a solo piece, I would say do the system that you really, really like. And the most famous example I could give is the Bach chaconne, obviously. And you obviously wanted to tune... You feel like that's in tune, okay? And then you tune the F to the D, and you feel like it's in tune. But if you check the open string, that's really sharp, right? But instead, if you tune the D first, okay, now it's in tune. Okay, F is in tune, and then the open string with A. To my ear, that is flat. So it's such a dilemma. You can't really please everybody, right? But in this case, remember the key of it. D minor, right? So we always have to tune for the D. So it's better than... That sounds wrong to me, okay? So there's many ways, but I think the best way to improve your intonation is to constantly check the open string, because, we violinists tend to go sharp. That's just me. Maybe you can go flat, but most of my students also go sharp. So I always want them to check open string. For example, Mozart number 5, right? It's so easy for us to play the C sharp higher. It feels good, right? But if you check the open string, that's actually too much. So when the orchestra comes in, and people were like, oh, that guy is really sharp. I know it's very painful to get used to it, but once you get used to it, it's actually a lot more fun to listen to yourself and to really feel the resonance of your instruments, okay? All right. Okay, maybe I will answer more questions after the next piece. Thank you. And I just saw Ed just commented from North Carolina. He wrote on my Facebook fan page yesterday and asked if I remember what I played in Charlotte when I performed with the symphony as an encore. And of course, I happen to remember what I played because I actually played that encore particularly for the first time. I'm just trying out to see how people react and if people liked it or not. But it turns out like everybody loves it. So it's actually a solo piece composed by Piazzolla. And it was originally composed for flute, solo flute, but of course we violinists always like to steal from other instruments. So I also kind of look at it and really, really loved it. And, I hope you will all enjoy this. This is Tango, Etude number 3 by Piazzolla. Okay, I hope you like it. This is Tango number 3 by Piazzolla, one of my favorite composers. Okay, during this break, I'm gonna check what you have to say to me. Really, feel free to post any questions and comments anytime, and I'll try my best to answer as many questions as possible. All right, Ivan, hi, Ivan, or how do you want to present it? Angelica, good to see you. Yusun? Oh, Suvan, hey. Yeah, thank you. What books are you reading? From Deborah. I believe you're in Romania? Oh. My favorite book is The Unbearable Lightness of Being by Miran Kundera. I haven't read it for a while, but I keep going back to it, and every time I feel like I could discover something new. I think I've read that book for like 3 times, and I'm ready for the 4th time. Yeah, and see Hi, Angelica. Hi, Lauren. Oh, so many people. Yeah. See, this is why people keep saying, classical music has no future. I think that's really totally not true because I see you guys like all tuned in and so many people supporting artists like me, and I think we have a bright future. We have to stay positive and keep logging to Violin channel and to log into to see all these wonderful streams and okay. Piazzolla, just wonderful. Oh, thank you, Sarabande, watching live performance now by Violinist. Okay, thank you for sharing. Any questions? Any more questions you wanted to ask me? Sorry, I don't think I could see like earlier comments because it keeps rolling and so many people commenting. Hi from Boston. Eugene, I'm in Boston too. We might be just 2 blocks away, Greetings from Charlotte. Thank you, Ed. And GG. All right. Hi, Jung. Oh, my old classmates is here. Oh my God. We haven't seen each other for about, I don't know, almost 10 years. It's so great to see you here. Hi, Pei Ming. My STEM partner in Boston. And yeah. Okay. So feel free to ask me any questions at any time, and I'll be very happy to answer. Doesn't have to be violin related, Cooking maybe. And also, I wanted to ask you guys, especially guys, like how long haven't you had a haircut yet? I mean, it's such a mess right now. I'm trying my best, but it's still a mess. I haven't had a haircut for like 3 months, and I feel like I'm becoming like a savage person, barbarian. I don't know. It's so embarrassing, and I don't want to do it myself, or it's such a pain. Yeah. I just saw comments popping up. Is it Andrew? Hi, Andrew. How are you? What is the most important attribute of an artist? Great question. I think honesty, because that is the number one thing if you wanted to be an artist, and you wanted to always stand below the composer. You never wanted to stand above the shoulder of the composers. You always remember that you are just interpreter of the great masters, Beethoven, Mozart, and Bach, all those great composers. And there are certain people, they would come to me and say, hey, but I wanted to have my own style, so I would do something new, to create something new so that people are not bored. I think maybe I would agree part of it, but not completely. If you just wanted to create something new in order to be creative, then why in the museums are so many great masterworks as it's been sitting there for 300 years and 400 years, and people still discover new things every day? Do you think those pieces of arts are old? I don't think so. So I think same with those masterpieces we're playing, like Beethoven and Mozart. Even after 200 years, we're still playing on it. So I feel like there's a reason of it, and I open up the score every day. I discover new things every single day, and I think that is the most important thing. I try to sort of discover the message from those composers in the score, and they're sending the messages to us. We don't need to add more to make it more creative because they already told us what to do. And I think that is the most important thing. So we have to be honest, and we have to stay, faithful to music. And I think that is the most important attribute for an artist. Okay, time to move on to the next piece. And this is from a private message I received in my Instagram account. By the way, all my social media are the same. If you're interested in Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel, they're all the same. Angelo Violin. Yeah, very simple to remember. And Angelo is the one who doesn't look Italian at all. He's Chinese. So anyway, so the next piece is from a request from New Zealand, actually. I performed the Vivaldi Four Seasons about 2 years ago, 2018, and I had a great time there. And this the wonderful fan, he sent me a message, and he doesn't want me to reveal his name. He said, I'm so sorry I missed your performance, but it's one of my favorite pieces of all time, and could you play a little bit in the live stream? So yeah, and obviously I can't do the whole thing, but I'm just gonna play one famous movement from the summer. It's the final movement of the summer. It's also called the Thunderstorm. And I hope you get a chance to listen to it. And a little quick note, the violin I'm playing on today is made by Antonio Stradivari. And he made this violin in the year of 1715. And what's interesting is that the Four Seasons was composed by Vivaldi the year after, so 1716. So in the same country, obviously, they're both Italian. So whenever I play this piece on such unique instrument, I almost feel like I could touch the music and almost imagine there is a chance that Vivaldi might put his fingers on these violins one day. So which is really truly amazing. You're not just holding a piece of wood, you're holding the entire history in your hand. So anyways, this is the Thunderstorm, the final movement from Vivaldi's Four Seasons Summer. Sweaty and the sun doesn't help. Okay, I hope summer comes very soon because we had enough cold weathers. Okay, during this break, I'm gonna try to see your comments and hopefully answer more questions you guys have. Please, another practice again. Thank you, Abdu. I will try my best. I will ask Violin channel if I could do another live stream today. This is fun, it's such a great opportunity for me to connect with all you guys, and it's just so much fun to be here. Alex, hey, thank you. Oh, thank you from New Zealand. What time is it in New Zealand? Sorry, I won't even try. Probably in the morning, right? I remember the 16-hour difference when I flew directly from Los Angeles to New Zealand. I remember that whole trip was more than 20 hours long, but such a memorable trip. I loved it. Sounded like you have some secrets about cooking. So what about cooking these days? I usually cook Chinese food. My favorite dish is called the garlic fish scented pork shredded. I don't know how to say it. Actually, I know how to say it in Chinese. It's called 鱼香肉丝. And what's funny about it is part of the dish's name is the same as my Chinese name. That's really my favorite. My mom's from Sichuan, so it's a little spicy, if you can handle it. Hi, Serena. Nice to see you here. From hey, thank you. Oh, okay. So it's 8:30 a.m. in New Zealand. Thank you for getting up so early to listen to me. Yeah. Thank you, Camille, and thank you, Angela. More. Yeah, there will be more. That's why I thought it's such a great chance for me to chat with you guys, so that instead of playing like a very long 30 minutes piece, I'm just gonna play a little short piece and then talk to you guys. And if you have any questions, any violin questions, any non-violin questions, please feel free to just comment below, and I will make sure to answer you guys. Okay, looks like no more questions. So I'm gonna move on to the next piece then. Yeah. So a lot of fans have asked me to play an Isai Sonata, and I'm surprised that I was expecting more Paganini, but no one actually asked for Paganini. But in a way, I feel like Isai is more difficult. It's not that Paganini is not difficult, but in Paganini you will find a lot of scales and arpeggios that are very fast. But that's something you obviously, when you started training and when you started playing violin, you start with scales and arpeggios. So no matter how difficult it is, it's something quote unquote normal to you. But in Isai, it's almost non-violinistic, and he does it for very musical reasons, so many things. But then, of course, he used a lot of double stops and tens and stretches, all that stuff. So I think, in a way, and both technically and musically, I think it is such a touchstone for most violinists today. And of course, I love Isai. So obviously, I can't really play like an entire sonata today, but I kind of sort of just going through the list, and I picked the shortest movement from a sonata. So it is the number 2. Sonata number 2 by Ysaye. It is dedicated to the French celebrity violinist Jacques Thibault. They're very close friends, and it was very well documented. And I've also read about whenever Jacques Thibault would visit Ysaye, and Jacques Thibault, when he adjusts his own Stradivarius in a violin shop, he would have no instrument to play, and Ysaye would just lend his Guarneri del Gesù and Stradivari to Jacques Thibault to perform and practice. That really shows how close they are. If you happen to own a Strad and you just lend it to your friends to play, you must be very close to that friend. I can tell you that. All right. So here is the final movement of the Ysaye Solo Sonata number 2, and it's called La Furie. Forgive my French, I don't know if it is correct. La Furie. It's called Fury also, if you can call it, or the Fury. In any case, it is very angry. So hope you enjoyed it. not today. That was La Furie, the final movement of Isai Sonata number 2, dedicated to Jacques Thibault. Feels a little, feels like an old friend I haven't met for a long time, because the last time I performed this piece was almost 20 years ago. Yeah, I was in either the last year of my primary school or the first year of my middle school. So it's been really, really a long time. And, I'm just so happy that I got to visit it one more time, Whenever I play something that I played when I was little, I always feel like it's like visiting an old friend. And you feel like you know this person, but after so many years, each of you have been through so much, and you feel like you know him, but you don't, because you're a different person, and he is a different person. And that's however I feel, when I play a piece that I performed before, learned before, and haven't played it for a long time. I discover so many new things, and it also shows how great these pieces are, because they can really stand the test of time. All right, any more questions? Let me see. I see a lot of friends here, and so sorry, I probably missed a lot of you guys. Probably commented when I played, or during my performance, you commented, and now I couldn't see it anymore. So sorry, but I tried my best. Hi Maggie, how are you in Portland? And hi Carlos, how are you from Torresio? Oh, very nice. Fabulous pronunciation. Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't say your name correctly. I hope Vedelius Sibelius. Wow, I know that last name, Sibelius. Wow, this is very close. Are you from Finland? Yeah, that's really cool. Hello. Oh, hi. Donna, how are you? Yeah. Petro asked me, who are your teachers? So my teacher here in the United States, I have two main teachers. One is Donald Weilerstein. I consider him to be my American daddy because he's been my teacher for 8 years, and he was really more than a teacher and mentor to me, but he's really like my father. He took such great care of me, and not only taught me how to be a good musician, but how to become a better person. I feel like I become a better person after studying with him. I could really ended up going in different directions, but he was the one who really guided me through all these difficulties, and I really respect him tremendously. And my other teacher is Miriam Fried, also taught at the teaching at the New England Conservatory of Music, where I studied for 8 years, and she was also one of my main teachers. And I feel like she's such an encyclopedia. There's nothing that she can't do. There's nothing she doesn't know. And I remember when we played Beethoven Quartet number Opus 130 and the Grosse Fugue, she would just pick up the score and analyze all the voices and harmonies and the structures just within seconds, whereas I'm actually still reading the note and she already knows everything. It's like a map right here. So it's also such a different approach to music. I'm so lucky to have both of my teachers. And I also study with young violinist Qing Zheng at Shanghai Conservatory of Music, as well as her father, Shisheng Zheng, who unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago. So I studied with her for about 7 years in middle school and high school in Shanghai. And she doesn't see well. She has very bad vision, but she has fantastic hearing. So maybe that's where I got the intonation things from, because I thought in every lesson I feel like I was pretty in tune, but actually no, she always could pick like 10 notes that I was so out of tune. So anyways, oh sorry, I think we're a little run out of time. Hey Jessie, hello from Australia. Hello Jessie Zhang. Okay, maybe it's time to move on to the final piece. So finally, after honoring some of your requests, and sorry, I can't really honor everybody's request due to the time limit, but the last piece is my own choice. It's something I've never performed in front of a public, but it's so well known. I'm pretty much sure that all of you guys know this piece. It's the Gavotte and Rondo by Bach from the third Partita. It is so well known, but I have no idea why I haven't performed it yet. But I'm supposed to play it this June, but unfortunately all the concerts were cancelled, and including this one. So here it is, the Gavort and Rondo, and you guys will be the first to hear it. I chose this piece because it has such an uplifted feeling, and after all the darkness and fury and all that stuff, and this is the Gavot and Rondo by Johann Sebastian Bach, my favorite composer, from his solo violin sonata, solo violin Partita number 3 in E major. I also wanted to use that piece to remind everybody to stay positive and look at the bright side. Yes, it is very frustrating to stay at home, and because of the pandemic, and there's so many things we can do. For me, for example, I really miss performing on the stage, but I can't. Thanks for Violin Channel, I got to play for you guys today, and this is just so great. It makes me feel so wonderful, and it feels like people are watching me, and other people are watching other artists around the globe through the internet. So I'm really grateful. And everybody, please stay safe, stay healthy, but most importantly, stay positive, knowing that this pandemic will eventually be ended, and it will eventually pass. And you know, take this opportunity to cherish the things you already have in life. Talk to your families and talk to the loved ones, and practice maybe, and learn the things that you always wanted to learn but don't have the time for it. Cooking, improve the life, and talking to your friends, and just cherish what you have instead of looking at what you have lost. And that is very important. Please stay positive, and I can't wait to get back to the stage and play for all of you guys around the world, and it's so great to see you today, because it really gives me such a positive energy, and also shows the world how many people there are that loves classical music and love as musicians. And I really hope this will end soon and I could get back to the stage and perform to you guys. I'm Angelo Xiang Yu, and you're at the Violin channel. And thank you for tuning in, and I really, really hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.